silence of the cosmos, where stars tremble under the weight of eternity, a new legend is forged. Long has the hammer been the symbol of thunder's fury, but the cosmos demands more. War drums echo across the realms, calling forth not just a warrior but a force of pure, unbridled power. He laid down in the untrampled snow, and for the first time in many centuries, Thor, the last god of Asgard, knew peace. But it did not last long. Thunder started crackling in clouds, and Thor's face filled with fear and uneasiness. An object filled with intense light brought lightning and storm with himself. This object fallen near Thor, we see it was Mjolnir. His fury blazed like a tempest, dark and consuming, as if the very air around him trembled beneath the weight of his wrath. In his eyes a storm brewed, fierce and unyielding, ready to unleash the fire of his indignation upon all who dared stand before him. He tried to lift his hammer, but he failed. This Thor strained to lift the enchanted hammer that was meant to be his, the hammer that should have carried him between realms, between glories unimaginable. He strained and failed, for perhaps the 5,000th time. Just as he had failed when Asgard turned to cinder around him at the hands of the masters of evil, and when Midgard was forced to succumb to their barbarous will. Since then, Thor had tried only to be left alone. But even at this, he failed. No matter where Thor wandered, Mjolnir followed, a constant thundering reminder of his inadequacy, his unworthiness. Until the day came when Thor ventured to the most remote corner of the globe, only to find that his hatred and depression had followed him. Hatred of the butchers who ruined the world. But even more so, hatred of himself and his own damned hammer. See Mjolnir in front of himself, he couldn't help but started punching the hammer.
You punch with rage, not with focus. Such a blow hurts you far more than the thing you strike, though perhaps that is your goal.
Who the hell are you?
Lei Kung, the Thunderer, guardian of Qianlun, and its ancient secrets. Have you come seeking enlightenment? If so, I am afraid you are a bit late.
I seek only oblivion.
You lie about as well as you punch. I see why you came here, even if you do not. God of Thunder.
Do not call me that. I am god of nothing.
Then you have come to the right place, for here, all is God-forsaken.
Even hidden in the veil between dimensions, the fabled city of Kunlun had not been spared the wrath of the masters of evil. Like the realms of God and men, so too had fallen the mystic citadel of immortals. Only the Thunderer remained, last guardian of Kunlun's ashes, and the sole key to the hidden spark of its ancient power.
Our armies fought valiantly for days, but once the Iron Fist fell, it ripped the hearts out of the others, including me. The invaders burned all that they found here, flesh and stone alike. But in their hurried hunger for more carnage, they did not seem to realize that one cannot burn a dragon. Behind these doors lie the last smoldering embers of Kunlun's majesty, the immortal dragon Shaolao, weakened but alive, and sleeping the sleep of regeneration. It is from the heart of Shuler, the undying, the greatest weapon in all the heavens was birthed, the almighty Iron Fist. But that power, now without a living vessel. Tell me, Thor, what would you do to have revenge upon those who burned the heavens?
Me, but all I ever been in every possible way, is unworthy.
Unworthy of one weapon, perhaps. But it could be that your hands were not meant for lifting hammers.
You are saying you'll train me to become the Iron Fist?
I would say your training has already begun. Hit the hammer again.
The hammer was made of Uru, rubble from the rock of creation, strongest substance in all realms, strong enough to break worlds, as easily as it broke the bones of gods. After 30 days and nights of punching the unmovable Mjolnir, Thor's fists became hammers in their own right, hammers of scar tissue and focused fury. After another 30 days, Mjolnir began to quiver, to creak with every blow, as if groaning, and then it began to dodge, almost as if Thor's punches had made the hammer no pain. This thought delighted Thor and encouraged him to punch it even harder. That was when the hammer stopped dodging and began fighting back.
Do you hear that, Thor? That is not thunder. That is the sound of a hammer, quacking in fear. It thinks you can be beaten by a bit of bluster. It thinks you are unworthy. Show it, Thor. Show it what kind of god you are. You are not the god of wind and rain. You're not the god of storms. You are the god who punches them.
Mjolnir falls lifeless in snow. The Thunderer suggests him to wield the hammer, but Thor refused. And then, Thunderer punched Thor and made him fall away. This was also the part of training to become the god of Fist and slay the dragon. Thor have to defeat Thunderer. But with one single punch from Thor, Thunderer was blown away at great distance. After that, Thunderer took him to Dragon, but the dragon was already dead and only skeleton was left behind.
The dragon?
Yes, I lied. It seems even an undying dragon can wither. Such is the awful might of the foes you must now face.
So the power of the Iron Fist.
Was never meant to be yours, Asgardian. I wasn't training you to wield any weapon, Thor, other than the ones you were born with, the weapons that speak louder than thunder. Use them well, O mighty Thor.
Thor goes on new journey to fight evil. Mjolnir was also with him, but he told him to not come in his way, and he joined the team of Ghost Rider and Ant-Man.